Okay, gentlemen, it's that time. The fantasy season is approaching. I'm sorry. If you didn't like your draft ranking or your team review, I'm sorry. It's like that. But it's time to create your own destiny. The time is here. This is where winners and losers are born. I wish I could tell that you're all going to win this week, but you can't. You got to go out there. You got to take that shit. You got to earn it yourself. You got to fight for that shit. This is the league, and this is what we die for. Okay, gentlemen, you boys ready to go over the week?
Let's do a commish.
Yes, sir.
Let's see it. All right, we're starting off with me and Rod. I'm low key a little worried about this matchup. I think Rod might beat me, honestly. Shocking as it's to say, but he's projected to at least. What do you boys think?
Yeah, let's see. I'm looking at the matchup right now. Um, Rod's got a good team, man. He's got I like his running backs, I like his receivers, you know what I mean? Mahomes, always an X factor when it comes to fantasy. But I respect the commission's team he's got there. I like Kamara, I like Kenneth Walker, receivers. I'm a little worried about that Jaguars receiving stack.
it,
I don't know what we were doing there,
it
but
worked. It
it could.
worked for the Lions. I had to try to run it back.
Yeah, he's running it back year two, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I think it'd be a good matchup.
I think this matchup is pretty damn even. The X factor for me, as Boji already touched on, is Travis Hunter. We know BTJ produces, but will Trevor Lawrence be able to throw the ball enough and accurately enough, as we didn't see him do last year,
That
to
is a big,
make two
big thing.
receivers fantasy viable? That is what this matchup depends on. Otherwise, I think it's pretty even.
Hey, that's fair. But who you guys thinking takes it home?
I think
Uh,
I'm gonna say Duffy takes this one home.
Tough.
I
go
think
with
Duffy
Duffy.
might edge this one out.
Whoa. Uh, yeah, for me, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna give it a Rod here. You know what I mean? Because I feel
Wow.
like Duffy's gonna probably pick himself, and I feel like we need to show Rod some love for having a solid team. He
Rod
had a
has
good draft
solid
this year.
drafts.
Yeah.
Rod
Yeah,
has solid
like
drafts.
I think to give him be discredit to him to not give him
I
a
think
pick
people are
here.
a little low on Drake London than what
Uh,
he's shown he can do.
Drake's gonna be real good this year. And honestly, Rod's
Yeah.
team was scaring me. It's better than I thought. But I think I take the cake because Juwan Jennings is definitely not gonna play week one. And
True,
if
true.
his
Yeah,
flex
we'll
Very
just
picks
have
true.
to see.
Rod, remember, change your lineup.
Yeah, set your
yeah,
lineup, dude.
remember. Remember next week, buddy. Okay. So week one hopefully goes to me. We'll see. So now we're going to Fitz versus Gabe. This is going to be a big time matchup. We got a previous champion, not the last champion. We still got that kid with us. But I think
Yeah.
Gabe honestly takes this one. I'm not a big fan of Fitz's team. I think Hurts is way better. Henderson might not get the rock as much as he should week one, but Ford is definitely going to get it. He's going to be the RB1, and like probably the only week he is the RB1. So I think that's going to be good for Gabe. What do you
Yeah,
think?
talking about his running backs, you know what I mean? I think he's got some of the riskiest running backs we've seen in the league so far. Henderson, who knows what that guy's going to be doing, especially week one. Jerome Ford, is Dylan Sampson going to be a factor? Like we don't really know. His receivers are great. Everyone knows I'm a big Igbuka guy, I got high hopes for that guy. But then, with Fitz's team, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. He's got a really solid team this year, and I think that Joe Burrow T. Higgins stack might be a huge factor week one. So we'll see kind of how that goes. Can Chris Olave stay healthy? Like, we're gonna have to see how this goes.
Yeah, I think Fitz's team is actually better than it usually is. Shout out Commish three Mahoney for helping him get that. But yeah, I think I'm not a Henderson hater, but he's really good at special teams. We'll see if he can move up the depth chart a little bit. But I'm a big Jerome Ford guy, as I took him from Beaudry a couple years ago. It was Ford
Hmm.
season.
Yeah,
But I will obviously give the edge to Gabe in this matchup. I think that although how how much better Fitz's team is compared to how he usually is, I don't know if it's enough to edge out the Igbuka, St. Brown, and Brown, the triple wide receiver setup there. And I do think it will be hinging on T. Higgins and Joe Burrow throwing maybe two touchdowns to each
yeah,
other this
Yeah.
week.
yeah. For me, obviously, utmost respect for Gabe, in this league especially. he if a lot of people don't might not remember, but he has beaten me twice. So I got to show him some love there. But I do think, despite the point projection that ESPN's showing me, I'm gonna have to give this week one matchup to Fitz here. I really think that Joe Burrow, T. Higgins stack is gonna put up a lot of points for him this week. So I think that's gonna be enough with Saquon as well. Huge player. So I think that's gonna give Fitz the win.
I mean, that's definitely valid. I can't fight that. I mean, this top four is definitely nasty. I feel like he's gonna need like Herculean efforts from them. But like, if he doesn't get that, I feel like it's definitely going Gabe 100% though. So I'm gonna have to go Gabe because I don't think he would need at least 3 out of 4 to pop off in my eyes, and I just don't see it happening. Okay,
Yeah.
well, on to the next. We're going Liam versus Pete.
Jeez,
The
what a
big
matchup.
time matchup.
What a,
Okay.
is
So
this projected toilet bowl probable?
Yeah, I
honestly,
mean these are two guys that I feel like most of the time are definitely in contention for getting kicked out of the league. Sometimes they leave on their own, which is weird, but yeah, definitely a good matchup here.
I definitely respect Liam's team a lot more this year, though. Last year it was dookie, but this year he's made some improvements. Like he's
Well,
got
he had some help from his twin this year in
yeah
the draft, but we don't have to
yeah
get into that right now.
But he'll have his time.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
yeah. His twin definitely picked
Honestly,
up the slack on that.
I, I
Yeah.
I actually really do like Liam's team this year. I'm not a huge fan of Kincaid at all, to be completely honest with you.
Agree.
I think that's a really ass tight end to have. Other than that, his team is very well rounded and solid. Lad McConkey as your wide receiver two is very strong. Worthy for the first 6 weeks
Yeah,
is a very good wide receiver to
yeah,
have as
and
your
he's coming off
flex,
the bench too.
objectively. And then like Peter,
Yeah,
Oh, that's sometimes that's all you can
you
say,
have,
you know.
we can run this roster off. Tony,
Yeah.
wow.
Rashad Moore Stevenson. You have Jonnu Smith starting
Yeah.
on Pittsburgh, not even the Dolphins anymore,
Yeah.
and Jamison Williams on your flex. Like that is the
Yeah.
biggest boom or bust like setup ever, and none of them are
Yeah.
gonna boom all any at the same time at all.
I mean, obviously, this kid Pete's team been talking the league, for the past couple weeks since the draft. Obviously a lot of question marks at running back. He's running the MetLife receivers. His tight end probably isn't even the starting tight end on his own team, so I don't know why he's starting him on his team. But he's got Josh Allen, so let's give him some credit there.
Hey,
You
he's
know what I
got
mean?
Leak
Josh Allen,
Neighbors too,
he
man.
he yeah, and
Yeah,
he's got Leak, and
he has
and I'm a big
Debo. He
Garrett
has
Wilson
Debo on his
guy.
bench.
Yeah, so he's got
Debo
good
could be there all he
receivers.
wants.
Running backs are a little questionable, but I mean Liam had a great draft. I think in my opinion, one of the best in the league this year.
I agree.
Jamar could beat Pete's team on his own, on any given week. So, you got to give him credit. Baker, everyone knows I love Baker, and then he's got a good running backs. Tight end, like Joey said, is a little questionable. Worthy is going to be pretty good, I think, at least in the first half of the season. So, I think we got ourselves a couple of interesting teams. Maybe a little bit. I mean, Liam a little bit better than normal, which is good to see.
Is this our first unanimous picking?
Oh, I think
I
so.
think I think it might be. I mean, I'm going Liam in this one.
Yeah.
I think Liam's
Yeah.
going to wipe the floor with this kid. I think his team sucks. So
Joe, you backing that?
Yeah, you put it perfectly, Poetry, unfortunately for Pete. And respect to Pete, he made it to the playoffs last year. And in full disclosure, Pete beat me like
yeah,
what? Like twice. We played twice in the regular season, or he beat me in Dynasty and this league. So like
and
three times total. But I did beat him in
and
the playoffs, obviously.
yeah, and
That's
I
pretty
think
bad.
Pete wants a little bit of like a trophy for losing in the second round to you, or in the playoffs, which I
And the
don't think we
banner.
give those out last time I checked. But I mean, he played well last year, but that was last year, and this year, I mean, different things are occurring. So
Yeah, but you gotta cut the kid a little slack. Joey stole a ring from us all, didn't he?
yeah, well, we don't have to get into that right now.
All right. Well, let's get into the next matchup, shall we?
Yes,
So
sir.
we got Jack O'Toole versus Luke O'Connor. I mean, I think O'Toole has a pretty good squad here. It's definitely very risky and old, but I think they could be really good. Like CMC, huge risk, but huge upside. So like I think he could be nasty for him. He's got Devontae, always good. But I think a big X factor for him is going to be Jerry Judy and the QB play over there. I think the first couple weeks it's going to be good with Flacco, but once they give somebody else a try, I don't know how it's going to be.
well, if it's not going good with the only way they're moving on from Flacco is if it doesn't go well with him.
I mean,
So
we
if
just
you're
found
getting
out
another
he's gone.
quarterback, it's not going well with Flacco.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that I think Luke's team is god awful in full like in complete honesty.
Yeah.
We have
I
Rashid
know we've been
Shaheed
bashing the
starting
kid lately, you know what I mean? Like
at
they got another
flex
team
here.
talk the town. Yeah, like
I like Joe's Tool. Joe's Tool put up together a very solid team. I don't really know how love Montgomery or not at the flex, but
yeah,
I I like the rest of the team. Definitely put it perfect. Old but high potential.
yeah,
Jerry Judy would be the deciding factor in his whole outcome of the season. To be completely honest, in my opinion, I
yeah,
think we could salvage it without Montgomery, but Jerry Judy
yeah,
is something that he's going to need to produce this year.
Big time.
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And then with Luke's team, you know, I mean, he's got a crazy Viking stack going right now. Like
Yes.
I don't really know what the thought process was here with that, but you know, I mean, I like Kyron Williams. I think Tyreek, you know, he's a little bit risky. Kind of see how he goes. ETN, I mean, I think you know he might be due for a big year. You know, what I mean, a little bounce back year. You know, we'll see how that goes. But a lot of injuries on this kid's team. Suspension. Joe with Rashi Rice, Joe Mixon's hurt. Najee Harris, who knows what's going on with that guy Ayuk? You know,
Yeah, there's
I don't think
three.
Rashid Shaheed is a great flex play in a 14-man league, but you know, I mean, you never know. You know, maybe Spencer Rattler decides to sling that thing, but you
You
know,
know,
we'll see.
Luke's team is very pray to get to the playoffs, and then he'll be set up nice
Yeah,
if he
Way to
can get there.
survive.
you got to get there first, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, so I mean, for my pick, not surprisingly, I think one team here is going 0 and 14 in the regular season, and that isn't Jack O'Toole's team. So I'm going to go with Joe Toole here with this week one matchup.
I'm gonna back Beaudry's play there. I think Joe Toole pulls this one out pretty convincingly, showing us, to be honest, even if his team doesn't put up the best effort, I think it'll still win.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Joey said. I definitely am gonna back the second sweep in a row, but I will say that Liam's team or Luke's team does have some potential to win some games. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna go 0-14 because I do see a game where Jetta's Tyreek go nuclear and they
True.
just get him over the edge. Like I could see like a 30-40 game out of them. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean that might not be enough though, but you know, you never know.
I'm glad you see both sides of the coin here, no matter how
That's
bleak one may be.
because I
a
think
fair
Tyreek
commission
is
right
gonna
there.
have a really good year this year. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to
I'm a
see, you
believer
know.
in the Dolphins when nobody else does, so we'll see how it goes. Shout out Nips, man. Okay.
Speaking of Knicks,
Let's go to
Speaking of,
Nips now. Yeah, let's
yeah,
go to Nips. Let's go
the
to that
Waddle
matchup
to
now.
a
We'll go
chip.
back.
Honestly,
Yeah,
best name in the league. I fully
I like that
respect that
name.
name. I love
Waddle
it.
to a chip.
I love that name. And ESPN is giving this matchup a 50-50. So this
Wow,
might
yeah,
be the
it's pretty
most
even.
even matchup of the year, according to ESPN.
Yeah, it's pretty disrespectful for Court Red, I feel like here when there's a running back three in the
With
starting
RB3
lineup.
on one person's team. Yeah,
Yeah, like start in the starting lineup.
yeah.
But it's Genty against New England, week one. I don't know how
Mm.
much he's going to be involved, and New England's not the best play to play. So
Yeah, I mean, especially rookie running back, like first game, you know what I mean? I mean, Gentry didn't look great in preseason, you know? So, I mean, I know it's just preseason, but yeah, we'll see, you know, how he does in an actual game. But, you know, I think Dak's due for a good year. Bucky's a, you know, great running back.
yeah,
I'm a little iffy on DK, you know, I think it's a little hit or miss. I think Waddle's due for a good year, you know, Loveland's, you know, question mark. You know, James Cook, you know, but then and then on Caleb's side, you know, yeah, he's got that RB3 and at his RB2. A little interesting, but he's got solid receivers. Jacoby Myers in a little bit of a contract slash, you know, team issue with the trade. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. But you know, he's got Lamar, Mark Andrews. That could be a good stack for this year. You know, a little bounce back here for Mark Andrews. But yeah, it's an even matchup.
Yeah, Genty's floor is only so low that no matter what, unless he gets hurt, he's gonna put up some points. I don't think you really have to worry too much there, even against the Patriots. I don't. I think the Patriots' passing defense, just because of Christian Gonzalez, is pretty good, but I'm not sure
Hmm.
about their run defense so much. I know they got some upgrades this year,
Hmm.
but Bucky obviously good. We know what DK is now. He'll put up 25 points, or he'll put up 0 points.
Yeah,
There's no in between. We know
I'm,
what
I'm
DK
really
is.
loving
He
this Rogers DK connection though.
he'll have the deep shot opportunities in the game, but will he catch them when they hit his hands.
Yeah.
Nobody knows at any given point. That's
Drop
the
King.
issue. And Loveland, he could be really, really good.
Hmm.
Now Gavin's the proud owner of Loveland in two different leagues that we're in.
Oh,
And
very true.
but the issue is like there's so many mouths to feed. Adding another wide receiver this year and
Hmm.
Loveland, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts breakout year, come trade for him, Gavin.
You might not even be wrong, honestly. But ultimately, I think flex play is going to take him over the top, and I'm going to have to give this to Nips.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to agree with you, Commissioner. I think this matchup is ESPN saying it's a little more even than it should be. I think Court Left has a good team this year. I think he's gonna take week one.
I will prevent the three unanimous decisions in a row. I will pick
Hmm.
Caleb. I know
Okay.
I didn't talk about his team that much in my analysis, but come on, we have Lamar and Gibbs on the same team,
I
guys.
know.
True,
Like
true.
That is an
that
elite running team.
itself is just a powerhouse. Like, how did that happen?
And I believe in
How did that
Maserati
happen?
Marv this year, too, man.
Obviously, I'm a big Marv guy, so I'm not gonna let my
I think
biases,
that true
cloud
RB
my.
dynasty.
But I'm a
Yeah,
big Cortland Sutton guy this year myself. Um, Mark Andrews, I don't know if he'll be as good as he was towards the end of last year, but I think he's pretty solid. And
yeah,
Jacoby Myers is a question mark, but we'll see.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I will go with Caleb because I do think his team isn't bad enough to warrant a unanimous decision.
That's fair enough. Respect. Okay. So, why don't we take it over to Mal versus Sweeney now? The honored one versus Brown v. Board of Reed.
I don't know about that,
That's fun.
but
Pretty even matchup.
Pretty even matchup.
another even one.
50-50 again. ESPN. Who do y'all
Has
think
has
is
Sweeney
taking this one?
Sweeney edging mouth just a little bit.
Just a
Yeah,
little.
I mean, Mouth likes to get edge, so I think, yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the team right now. I mean, look, Sweeney's got an interesting squad here. I think he's got a lot of guys that could be good, but also could be really bad. Like
Yeah, like
with Justin Fields, Romo Dunze. Um, Joe, you might not want to hear this, but I'm really not a huge James Conner guy. I don't know how good he's going to be this year. I keep saying the wheels got to fall off the wagon eventually.
trade that to
And he's got Derrick Henry. Speaking of wheels falling off the wagon, so I think this team has like really high ceiling, but a really low floor. And then with Mouth, Jaden Daniels, Bijan, those are great. I think he's got a lot of mid wide receivers, like Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers, Matthew Golden. Like those guys are good, but are they like any of them really like a wide receiver one? Like I don't really think so. McBride's always good. Warren, I mean, he's got the job, but we'll see if he's a real workhorse or if it's gonna be a split backfield. So I mean, both solid teams, but I think both like got little issues in different ways.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you hit it on the head. I think I said it in my draft review. Like Malfa's cooking early. Like he has like Bijan,
Yeah.
McBride, like Daniels. He had a great start to the draft, but like his wide receivers, like you said, he doesn't have a one there. It's all mid. His RB2 stinks. Jalen Warren is not keeping that job. Yeah, as much as we like to clown Caleb, Caleb is taking that job. But Joey, what were you saying? Sorry to cut you.
Yeah, no, I actually think that Sweeney's wide receivers are low key more mid than
Okay.
Nick's wide receivers. I
Yeah, I just
mean,
saw George Pickens too. Yeah.
George Pickens is that it was 1,000 yard receiver last year, but now he's not. I
He's a
mean,
two now.
yeah, he's a
Yeah.
two now, and a team that's like, is Dak even going to get enough time to throw the ball to CED? Like, we don't even know. Like, that team is
I
going
fucking hope so.
downhill. I mean, I'm a big James Conner guy. I don't know what Beaudry is seeing in him, but obviously I'm a big James Conner guy.
I think he's
As
30
is,
years
as
old.
I mean, we say that about Derrick Henry, but here Derrick Henry is,
I
and I
mean,
don't think
let's not
Derrick
talk
Henry is going
about
to
one of
slow
the
down
greatest
either.
ever to it.
I I think I'm more afraid of George Kittle's health than anything,
True.
and I don't know if Odunze is going to have that breakout year.
I'm
Yeah,
I
not,
everyone
really
thinks so,
don't.
but
I'm
He
not sold.
just didn't look that. I mean, he had some good plays last year. But I mean, I'm a big Zay Flowers guy for Nick. I mean, Devontae Smith could have a game-breaking game every here and there. You don't really
yeah,
see those from Odunze or Pickens.
true,
And
true.
and honestly, slowly started to come around on Matthew Golden. He might be an okay play for for the flex in a 14 man. I'm not going to say it's a
Mhm.
top tier flex play, but in a 14 man, it might be acceptable.
Yeah.
So I think here I will. I think it's really damn even. I think this is a really tough one. I'm gonna give the edge. I'm gonna say Nick edges this out.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think, Sweeney, obviously former champion, Mouth, rookie in this league, he's been getting the fantasy lately. I feel like there's gonna be a bit of like rookie luck here, week one with Mouth. So I might have to give Mouth the win here for this matchup.
I mean, that's fair. I see it, but I really think that Pickens and the Cowboys are going to do really good against the Eagles. Dak does really good against the Eagles for some reason. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you honestly, but I think Joey, you're right. I think Golden is going to be a really good flex, but I don't know if it's going to be week one. I think it might take like 2 or 3 weeks, and then he hits his stride, which is why I think I'm giving this one to Sweeney. But
All
I,
Sure.
right.
I do see where you're coming from. I do think Golden's going to be good.
I'm
And
not gonna
now,
lie. I think that we correctly chose the unanimous first nine
Yeah,
man
yeah.
first hitters.
okay, and then now we get into the matchup.
Here we go.
The previous champion, Joey Masella versus Gavin Beaudry.
Sweet
What do
time,
you boys
second
have
place
to
champ.
say? I'll let you boys speak first.
Booker,
Uh,
you can take the honors.
I'll
Yes,
start.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
I'll speak on my team a little bit, real quick. I'm not gonna glaze myself too hard right now. I mean, I think I got a solid team. Obviously, Amarian Hampton, Josh Jacobs, I think gonna be elite. I think Pacheco's due for a bounce back year. Nico Collins and Tet, I think are two obvious wide receiver ones. Tyler Warren might be tight end one potential for this year. With Daniel Jones just checking him the ball every 4 yards. And I think, Bo Nix, I think he had a great year last year. I think he's got a lot of upside. He could be a top five QB potentially. And sleep on my Cardinals defense against the Saints, man. So,
That's
yeah, but I mean,
actually a great defense to have.
but look, I respect Joey's team, man. I think he's got solid running backs, Taylor and Swift. I love CD this year. I think he's gonna have a huge year. Mike Evans is always reliable, I think. Kelsey's a little questionable, but I think he's definitely due for a better year. And DJ Moore in this new Ben Johnson offense, I think he's due for another solid year with Kyler. Again, Kyler's I think gonna bounce back after a couple, mid years, past with injury and just the team sucking. But yeah, I think we got ourselves a good matchup. Good couple solid teams. Usually top teams in the league. I feel like so. I think we're in for a good week one.
I think that this is going to be, knock on wood, a very strong possibility to be foreshadowing for not only a good week 14 to close the season,
Mm.
but for at minimum a a like going into the championship, balls on the line, see what happens, maybe even in the championship. And I think that's
No.
where this
I,
matchup is
I,
heading up.
I just want the league to be aware that
I,
Joey has declared a championship appearance for both him and Beaudry.
I
I
don't
just
I
want that
don't
to be known to the league
I
right
th-
now.
I
I've got
think it
nothing
could
to do with
be a
that.
Joey
good
has
That's got nothing
declared
to do
possibility
with me.
that this is where this matchup is going on. Two teams facing gauntlets, only for the fact that we face each other twice.
Yeah,
But obviously, everybody knows I'm the Kyler Murray stan, the resident Kyler Murray stan. Honestly, think two workhorse running backs. How could you go wrong? Jonathan Taylor has time and time again shown that why he's a top running back. The floor is only so low. DeAndre Swift, I think he's due for a bounce back year. Running it back with him on from my championship squad as well as CD. Two players back on my squad from that. Mike Evans, old reliable. There's nothing else really to say about it.
yeah,
Kelsey, I think the sixth round, getting him in the sixth round was great value just in and of itself. The guy is one year and all of a sudden he's like garbage. Like I don't believe that.
fair.
And DJ Moore, clear wide receiver one is my flex. You're not there's no fucking that up and with Ben Johnson nowadays.
Yeah.
Um, my Patriots Seahawks defense combination, it's all right. Defenses can stream. Is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gavin Correa, come trade Kyle for Kyle Pitts. You need him. Or whoever the fuck is starting Kincaid. Maybe that's Gavin. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, that'll
But
be a good approach for you to trade for Pitts, man. Because I'm one who does not believe in DJ Moore at all. I don't like the flex spot at all, to be honest with you. But I will say, at the turn of that, Beaudry, I don't like Pacheco at all either. And
We'll see.
Ted is battling a hamstring injury. I don't. He might not be available week one or
Nah,
limited.
stop. He'll be playing.
So I'm a little worried for you in that matchup. But overall for the season, I think you guys have very similar teams, and I think you guys are gonna do good. You guys said the championship. We'll see. I guess Joey confirmed it. So
I didn't say. Oh my God,
Joey said
here
it.
we go again. Here we go
Joey
again.
said it. So we'll see.
Uh,
But I do think
Good possibility.
ESPN has it right where it's about. I would put it 48 to 52 Joey though. I'd lead more Joey this week.
Fair enough. I'm excited to prove everyone wrong. So I'm excited for
We
this
shall
week.
see. So
I
if we,
think I think that this whole year doesn't have as bad of teams as we normally do,
I
except for
agree.
Luke.
Yeah. Way to go,
But
Liam.
other than that, I think we have the most well-rounded league we've ever had, and I think that's just not
I
only
think that's
just
true.
lifting up the bottom players and making them better at fantasy, but it also speaks to how the NFL is really coming a lot harder to determine who's going to have the breakout year.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. I think in our league, usually, like in previous years, there's been like, there's what, 14 teams. Like, I think there's like 7 or 8 teams that are like obviously like playoff teams are in contention, and then there's like another like 6, 7 that are just like, terrible. You know what I mean? Like have no hope. So I think with the league, the way the league is now, I think everybody's except for Luke and Pete are in contention for the playoffs this year. So I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, I think the beauty of the OG, I think people are getting scared of relegation. They're coming off their best. They're coming with their P's and
Yeah,
Q's. They're coming ready to draft. So we got to keep that energy mid-season. Everybody who we're saying is relegation watch, Pete, Luke, beyond watch right now. You guys got to make some moves, get it done. Because we don't want to lose you guys. You guys are the comedic factor of the league. So, we'll
yeah,
see.
like jesters.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Right, you guys
a
have any sign-off
that's a
words to say?
sackable sackable matchup, Pete Luke.
Yeah, I'm just excited for the year. I don't know. I got nothing else to say. We'll see what happens Thursday.
Yeah, I'm excited to come for my second chip in a row. I'll pull a Gabe, but score more points.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that sounds beautiful, gentlemen. Till next time. All right. I hope you
All
all
right.
have a great season, and then good luck.
yes, sir.
All right. That